Hello and welcome to another, well, actually it's the first episode of War Thunder on this channel. Now, I haven't played this for a while, but out of all the games I have played, this is the one that I always come back to, War Thunder. But I haven't been playing for a while, so I've been getting back into it a little bit frustratingly at first, after playing Armored Warfare and World of Tanks and getting used to that style of gameplay. It is a bit weird going back to this, and there were a lot of rage quits. But this was a game that I had either sometime today or yesterday that I just had a lot of fun in, and I ended up pretty high in the rankings, so I thought I would show it to you guys. Now, this wasn't the video I was planning to show everybody today. I had a bigger War Thunder video planned, but I didn't quite get it all done today, so I'd rather just wait till tomorrow and then get all the narration done then and then post it then. But in the meantime, I wanted to have something up in the morning because I didn't post anything yesterday. So here we are on whatever the hell this map's called. You know, I've been playing this game for years now and I still haven't bothered to learn the names of any of the maps. We're in the German, the ZE Panzer 4F2 with the 75mm anti-tank cannon. Now, the Panzer IV was originally not made to take on the anti-tank role at all. It was primarily an infantry support tank. That's why all those little short-barreled cannons that you get on those things. However, when the Panzer III, which was the tank that was meant to engage in tank-to-tank combat, became inefficient or ineffective in the Eastern Front when they started running into sizable numbers of T-34s and KV-1s and whatnot. Not so much the KV-1. The KV-1 was pretty impressive, but I don't think it made a huge difference in the war, not like the T-34 did. But this was in response to the T-34 and Russian tanks like that. They decided to fit the Panzer IV with the 75 or is it 76mm anti-tank cannon, which is quite impressive. Oh, now here we are running into an M10. Want to be careful of him. Now I have a feeling that he's coming after me, so I'm being careful. Don't want to turn my back. I want to keep myself angled. It's one thing about these Panzers is you really have to pay attention to your angling because they don't have very good armor. So if you're facing an enemy straight on, they have a pretty easy shot to take you out. So I decided to go around instead of trying to face that M10 head on. Call it an artillery strike on them while I come around here. And we run into a little Stuart who is dispatched with quite quickly. But where is that M10? Well, we want to get in here so we can cap the point. And is he around here? Yeah. No, we got a Sherman. Let's see. Oh, I think his gun's not facing at me. Let's peek out. There we go. The thing about those Shermans, or in particular flaw about them, is it's so easy it's easy to know where the ammo is because it has those extra armor plates welded onto it. So exactly where the ammo is, so you just know if you can penetrate that, which most things can, you just know to shoot there. I'm sure they thought twice about that one in the future. Now, oh geez, there's that M10. That's not good. Eesh. Use the fire extinguisher. Use the fire extinguisher. They are in trouble now. Big American. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Call artillery on ourselves. I wish that turret would start working again. I wished, but no, we're not gonna. Well, that was our first death. Now we're coming up in the Panzer III, which was the tank that was meant to engage in tank-to-tank combat, armed with the 15mm anti-tank gun. However, on the Eastern Front it was soon proved ineffective by the T-34 So let's hope I don't run into any of those. Okay, we got a KV-1 on this side. Not going to be much use against that. We don't have any capture points right now, so I really need to push on C. Try and... I'm going to have to be a bit risky now because things aren't looking very good. Hello, L2. How are you? Goodbye. Oh, KV-1. Puts a shot into not me. Now this is rather foolhardy, I admit. 50mm against, what is that, the 75mm armor. Surprised I took that shot. Okay, we're not gonna come out on top in that scenario, so let's call artillery on him and see what's around on the other side. Sneaky, sneaky. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm probably having a puff of my e-cigarette or something. Just relaxing on the other side of this hill while my artillery falls on that KV-1, doing absolutely nothing to it. We have a Sherman coming up. We'll go up with him. Oh, we have that M10. I think that's the same one that got me. Will we be able to get that thing? Oh, looks like our Sherman buddy dealt with him. So now we've got a... Oh geez, we got a Panzer IV. Got a G. When I was playing, I actually thought that was the F2. If I knew it was the G, I would have just gone out there and taken a shot at it. And we also have the KV to his right. Now, like I said before, in German tanks, angling is extremely crucial. Their armor can be decent as long as you're at an angle. Don't want to be on too much of an angle. You want to be so your side armor is at a very extreme angle and your front armor is sort of at a less extreme angle than the side. Otherwise, most rounds penetrate. I mean, some of the later German tanks like this have armor plating on their turret and whatnot. This is going to end well, I don't know. Foolhardy missions. Alright, now we're coming out in the another Panzer III with a 50mm, but I believe it's a less power 50mm. Less powerful. Some nice tank driving porn right there. Alright, this time we weren't doing very well at C, so let's try and help them out at B. We've almost lost, but we do have one capture point. The enemy have another, and we are capturing a second. So soon the game will be in our favor. We are just going up right now to support our team in B. Now I'm really looking forward to the new series I'm planning for War Thunder. It's sort of a know your enemy type of thing. I want to go over in detail the weaknesses of all the tanks in all the different tiers, where the weak armor is, where their ammunition is, fuel is, various other important things. And I also want to give you sort of an idea of how big of a threat that particular tank is. So if you see a particular tank that is a certain threat in a group of tanks, you want to focus your fire on that one first, because that's the biggest threat. And I plan on doing like a, let's call it a fire priority listing of between 1 through 3. 1 is lowest priority and 3 is the highest priority. So be sure to check that out. The first episode will be on the tier 2 Russian tanks, the T-28, the various T-34s, and the KV-1s, the 2 KV-1s. Now we're getting a Mudbath here. We're passing up through B, which we've captured. Crashing planes all around. You know, one thing I was sort of disappointed about is a while ago War Thunder introduced those longer battles where it was like you had to actually travel to get to your destination, but they took them down pretty fast, and I was really looking forward to playing that because I like that idea of, you know, you'll be driving down a road for a while in a convoy of tanks, let's say, and you know, you're just waiting for the enemy contacts. Now I don't think that applied to tanks, I think it was only airplanes. But I hope they try something like that again in the future. I know when War Thunder, when I first heard of War Thunder, I was hoping it would be a lot like Aces High, which was a flight sim which also has tanks in it, which was a sort of massively multiplayer online affair. Now I think the definition of massively multiplayer online has sort of changed. Nowadays it seems to be anything that's multiplayer, whereas 10 years ago it used to be those big open world games like World of Warcraft and Star Wars Galaxies, games like that. But now it just seems to be for anything that is multiplayer. But I do hope that eventually, I know there's the World War feature that they're planning in War Thunder, and I hope that is going to look something like that. Because as much as I love Aces High, it is pretty dated now, and it doesn't look great. Oh, not horrible, but not as good as War Thunder. Anyways, now we're coming up from behind C again to try and protect that one. We'd come up behind the Sherman. Got one shot into him, I believe. Let's see. There we go. That was obviously something important. Okay, we've gotten all the capture points. We're now equal in score now, and we have the advantage. And my tank is just completely covered in mud. Oh, we got a little Stuart here. Let's see if we can... That was quite the pop. Jeez. I don't think I've ever gotten a tank so muddy in this game before. Just took a mud bath. Hey buddy. Panzer 4G. Actually, what was I talking about earlier? The Panzer 4G being less threatening than the F2. Never mind, disregard that whole thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, looks like we have this one won. It was a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now, as you see, not a bad result, second place, although the enemy team had the highest scoring person. That guy, pretty impressive. But anyways, that's for all, and till next time, good night.